So, since the last time we spoke on a video, a lot of things have happened. The person remaining have finally entered power, so there's no longer anyone remaining, aka Emiloko. Tinubu has assumed power, and I've done a lot of things. He has done a lot. He has been really active, from appointing service chiefs in a very smart political manner. Let's take a moment to appreciate the political genius of this guy. Yes, he might be old. Yes, he might be confused some of the time. Yes, he might speak funny a lot of times. But let's stop and appreciate the political genius of this guy. So what does he do? His predecessor wanted to appoint service chiefs. Yes, I understand that when you are the one in charge and you're the one in power, you tend to be very suspicious of everybody. You want to be very careful of who you appoint in positions of power that is very close to you and supposed to be protecting you, so you have to appoint people that you trust. But his predecessor appointed people just from one side of the country, and then Tinubu saw it as this was part of the major issues Nigerians had with him. Part of the major issues that he had coming in was Muslim tickets, and then the sidelining of the Igbos. So what did he do? He wanted to appoint service chiefs. He decided to make things a bit fairer. He appointed an Igbo person. He appointed an Hausa Christian. He appointed people from all over the place. So if you look at his security apparatus, those heading it are people from all around, the country of Nigeria. So you can't come and tell him he was not fair in his appointments. And that is smart, because you want to when you attain power, the first thing to do is to consolidate that power so that you can use it to achieve your goals. And he has taken the right step in doing that. He has consolidated the power by doing something to shut a lot of his critics. So say he has Muslim ticket, you tell you, look at my appointments. We might be both Muslims on the tickets, but at the end of the day, this cabinet is for everybody. Igbos, everybody that is aggrieved, you have a seat at the table. So I'm not being biased. So he did that. He also went ahead to do a lot of things that was quite hurtful to a lot. So he removed fuel subsidy. Now fuel has gone up to, I think, 600, 500 in some places, and I'm hearing that may get to 700 soon as well. He did that. He took further financial decisions by devaluating the naira. I don't know what the right term is, correct me if I'm wrong, but devalued the naira went up to 700 and something. So he wants to have a uniform um, naira exchange structure, so that the bank, I think this means, I'm not an expert once again, I think this means so that the banks and your aboki on the streets is exchanging naira at a similar rate, so that you don't have this rate, that rate, your that rate. You want to have a unified dollar to naira rate, and so, or naira to dollar rate, however the case may be. So he did that as well, and then people complained. Yes, I don't know why is naira this expensive. That's really annoying, because I was calculating. I need to get a microphone, the Samsung Q2U microphone. I need to get it, and that microphone has been $70 for as far as I've loved the mic. For like 3 years, I've been wanting to get the microphone. So the last 3 years, that's been going between $65. I saw some $75 at some point, but let's just say an average of $70. That's been for the last 3 years. But the issue that is there is this $70 microphone that I've been wanting to get for 3 years. I've fluctuated between a lot of amounts. It has been really confusing and annoying, because if you do 70, I think back then naira was, I think, about 600, 500 and something, or thereabouts. When you times that times 70, it gives you a price. Now that it has gone up, so the price for the microphone I've been wanting to get for like 3 years has continued to go up and go up and go up. And I'm not going to ask for money, but then if you're led by the Spirit, $70. Something kills you, your mic. I need it. Thank you. So that's continued to fluctuate and go up and go up. And I'm like, these things are not easy. And then there was the hike in tariff for electricity. And then I to be getting confused because what does it look like as if everything he's doing is trying to increase the living costs of mere Nigerians like you and I? It's quite confusing to me. But that was not bad enough. Or most of the schools around have begun to increase their school fees. I think Uniben increased their school fees. I think OU increased their school fees. Then University of Lagos increased their school fees from about 15,000, 19,000, 20,000 thereabouts, within the range of late 19s and early 20,000s. And I'm hearing that it's going to be increasing to over 140,000. That's about how many percent? That's over 500%. Or how do we calculate this math? Math is not my thing again. So that has increased a lot from where it was. So then I'm confused, and then Tinubu said, "Let the poor breathe." So how is the poor supposed to breathe with the way things are going? Yes, he he signed the student loan bill into law so students cannot collect loans for their university. But what happens when you collect these loans and you can't pay back because in the proper client, yes, when you collect the student's loan, most likely as you're in university, you're working, you are paying off your student's loan, but the graduates cannot find enough jobs. Talk to the people that are in school, because when you're looking for a job most of the time in the country of Nigeria, when you're applying for a job, what you see is most people want you to have completed your NYSC year, because they don't want you to start working for them. They have to travel. Yes, I know you can redeploy back to the state of your choosing, but most companies try to avoid all that stress, so they want you to have completed it. So when there are not enough jobs for people to meet some level of standard, what then happens when you are unable to pay these loans because you don't have enough funds? How do you cope? How do you survive? How do you pay back your students loan? Confusion everywhere. So I'm sure they should have thought about it, and um, that is a very big deal in my opinion, because if they are unable to pay their loans, what then happens? You send the DSS after them. Don't blame me. It's what the federal government have done. I think the DSS went after Mesoma Ejikeme for forging jam results. The video should drop after this video drops. So what then happens if people are unable to pay their students loans? Okay, those are some of my concerns in this. And at the same time, Hilda Bassi became healthy or picked up the Guinness World Record for the longest for her cookathon, the Hilda Bassi cookathon, and then she became the longest lasting cook for 93 hours. She did, I think, over 100, but because of a slight mistake, and then her penalty had to be was actually got deducted from her, and then she came down to 93 hours. But it's still good. She didn't get the 100 hours, but she still overtook the prior record holder by about 6 hours thereabouts. And then in normal Nigerian fashion, we got inspired. Our pastors inspired us, and then low budget Hilda Bassi decided to, get inspired by a pastor, and then she went to cook. And then she said, I mean, how many days she did? 120, 150. Everybody lost count. And then critics went and started talking about her, that why would she do this kind of thing? Why? Like, what's the purpose? At least, even if you want to do it, do your research. You are clearly doing this because someone else did it. Give her space to shine. Do your research, and then learn from her mistakes, and then you can go on for the title. But then she did it, and then probably thought she was going to get the same level of recognition and, you know trend that Hilda got, but she was trended, but trended for wrong reason, because she was not trending because people loved her, but because people were criticizing her. I'm not going to go into what I think about it. That is still just, but let's actually update you on some of the bigger things that have happened around the country in the absence of me shooting a video. And so, what did I miss? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, I'm back. I'm going to be dropping the videos as regularly as I can manage, at least one a week, and hopefully this turns out well for the brand. So let me know your comments in the comment section down below. How's the background? How can I improve my videos? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell someone to subscribe to the eccentric side. Till next time, stay eccentric.